Give me a second, guys. You just caught me in the middle of some long grass. About to catch Pokemon. Nice. Not even 3 shakes. That's how good I am. So, what are we going to talk about today? If you couldn't guess, well, it's going to be a Pokemon game. Yeah, it is quite a niche title. I know. No one's really heard of it. Pokemon, what is it? I don't know. Depends what, to be honest, because you can take some photos of Pokemon, catch some Pokemon. You can, I don't know, shout at Pikachu in Hey You Pikachu. Amazing game. But what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about one from the GameCube. One of my absolute favourite consoles, which I keep saying, and I will always say to the end of my days. The game in question, because it's either this or Pokemon box? Nah. It is this. It's Pokemon Channel! Ooh! Yeah, it's not Pokemon Coliseum or whatever the shenanigans I want to call it. Pokemon XD. But Pokemon Channel. So, why do I love it? Because it's just so weird and chilled out, pretty much. So, what do you do on Pokemon Channel? Well, there is a channel called Pokemon Channel, shock horror. But what happens is you are selected to test it out with Pikachu. And essentially what you have to do is watch TV with Pikachu and hang out and chill with him, really. It's really cool, weird and funky. As you can see right here as well, it is the only way at a time to catch Jirachi for Ruby and Sapphire, which you could then do with the link cable if you plug your Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP or Game Boy Advance Micro. No one likes micros. Up to the game, and once you complete Pokemon Channel, which surprisingly it does have an end objective, you can then transfer the Pokemon across. It was the only way to get it, but yeah, it's pretty much one of the only reasons I initially bought it, but then I fell in love with it. The game itself came out originally at about £20 when it first came out, so it was quite a cheap one to grab as well. But what do you do, I hear you cry? What the dickens happens in this? Well, like I say, you hang out with Pikachu, doing stuff, watching TV, and chilling outside, pretty much. There are a couple of channels that you do, and the game recognises the in-game time as the one set to the time on your GameCube. So certain things happen at certain times, etc, etc. To complete the game, you have to play the game over 5 days in the end, doing different things at different times, or you could just cheat and skip the day on your GameCube internal clock. Why not? So, the game itself, what do you do? Well, you hang out with Pikachu, watching the channels. What are the channels, I hear you cry, for Pokemon Channel? Well, we've got the news channel, and in that channel, what happens is you watch Psyduck telling you the news and what's happening today in the world of Pokemon, and he also has some on-the-scene reports from Meowth, but more on those later on, because they do feed into something else that you do as well. One of the other channels we've got as well is Pichu Bros, which is a really cool animated show. The animated shorts last about 5 minutes, and they're pretty cool. You watch a couple of Pichus run around with some crazy, hilarious adventures doing stuff, and it's pretty cool. High quality animation. I'm not going to say it's by the guys that did the animation for the TV series, but it's pretty much there. It looks quite right. It looks about that kind of quality, that kind of style and things like that. So it's worth a watch. We've also got an art. Ooh, getting fancy. We've got an art channel as well, where there are black and white pictures, and you colour them in with Pikachu, and then send them off to a Smeagol, who then judges and critiques your pictures and paintings, and then will give you in-game money based around that. A couple of other ways to earn money as well. What you can also do as well, and this is where the news channel comes in, you can go outside and play with Pikachu and see which other Pokemons are out there and hang out with them. The news channel is the channel that you would use to find out which Pokemon have appeared out and about. And then depending on which Pokemon you want, they do different things out there in the game as well. We've also got recreations of the Pokemon minis as well. Funky little handhelds that came out around the time of Silver, Gold, and that kind of thing, if memory serves correct. There are some faithful recreations of those. Essentially, it's just some mini games that you can do. Really simplistic, simple mini games to do, which are pretty cool and funky, and better than going out and finding the actual mini devices themselves. Like I say, pretty cool, pretty funky game. And with the money, you also get Delibird to come and deliver you packages, because who doesn't love packages? You can buy things and just chill out and hang out with Pikachu. At the time when I was playing it, I was heavily into the Animal Crossing game that came out for the GameCube, and it just had that really cool, unique real world vibe. It was really chilled out and everything like that, and I just really dug it, to be honest. Like I say, the main thing that I bought the game for was the Pokemon itself, but then stayed for everything else, and it will always forever have my heart. Now, while we're still in this long grass, let's find out what Pokemon I've actually caught. Oh. I hate bug Pokemon.